This is Marib, once a relatively minor city in the north of Yemen and home to just 400,000 people. In the past 7 years of civil war, it became a safe haven for over 1 million people displaced from across the country. Around 200,000 of those live in camps that surround the city. Now, Marib itself has become the scene of fighting. Having lost the capital Sana'a earlier in the war, Marib is the last stronghold in the north for the internationally recognised Yemeni government, backed by the air power of the Saudi-led coalition. A push by the Houthi rebels to take Marib beginning in February has left thousands of fighters dead on both the government and rebel sides. The city is a gateway between the Houthi-controlled north, here in green, and some of Yemen's main southern provinces. And with its valuable oil and gas reserves, many see the Houthis' thinking is that if they take the city, they'll have the upper hand in future peace negotiations. Despite its significance, the battle for Marib doesn't make many headlines internationally. The two belligerents, however, have their own way of communicating news from the front lines, videos that we've collected from their social media channels.
ننتصر أو نموت لن نستسلم. هذا شعارنا بالروح بالدم نفديك يا يمن. بالروح بالدم نفديك يا يمن. بالروح بالدم نفديك يا يمن.
But civilians injured in these war games don't make the propaganda videos. Here, the aftermath of a drone and missile attack on Marib by the Houthis in June that killed 10 civilians. Last week, the UN said that the war-battered country is standing on the edge of catastrophe. 5 million Yemenis, they said, are on the brink of famine. The Houthis blame the government in Saudi Arabia for imposing a crippling blockade on goods entering the country, while the government says it's just preventing weapons reaching the Houthis. Here in Marib, people already suffering from a humanitarian and economic crisis must now deal with an encroaching front line. Hanan is one of those previously displaced to Marib. She now delivers aid on behalf of the World Food Programme in a Saudia camp. They filmed this interview with her on our behalf.
يعني أطفالي في سن صغير ويريدوا يروحوا يحاربوا. يعني فكرت إني أغير المكان عشان ربما إن أولادي تتغير نفسياتهم من الحرب ومن كل شيء. وكان نزوحنا صعب جدا، يعني تركنا بيتنا، تركنا أدواتنا، تركنا كل شيء. الأمهات يعني هم اللي يواجهوا سوء تغذية. تكون الأم ضعيفة جدا، يعني جسمها ما يقاوم حملها. والأطفال نفس الشيء، الذي يجي عندهم سوء تغذية، يعني بنلاحظ هذه الأشياء يعني بكثرة. عندما يجي طفل عمره يجي 4 سنوات تقول إن عمره يعني عمره 5 7 أشهر من سوء التغذية الذي عنده.
Those who've sought refuge from fighting elsewhere in the country now find it at their doorstep again. In this video we found on a Houthi social media account, we see what appears to be a Yemen army vehicle fighting from inside a camp for displaced people in Marib. One mother told us what life is like to be uprooted again and again by the war.
ضرب فوقنا رصاص صواريخ كواتيش نزحنا من هناك خرجنا بغر ثيابنا بغاية الله يخرج واحد هدادي مشيرق جيت المنظمة ودت لنا خيام والله تعبنا تعب شديد. الأسعار ارتفعت ما نستطيعش بعض الأحيان يرقدوا العيال من غير عشاء، بعض الأحيان يقسوا من دون غداء. والله أتمنى استقبال أطفالي إنه يكون أحلى من مستقبلنا، أتمنى لهم الخير إن شاء الله.
A Saudia camp is being provided for by the World Food Programme, but the UN has said only 1/5 of those living in Marib's camps for displaced people are reachable by aid organisations. Violence and insecurity closing in around the city places the rest out of reach. Marib civilians, many already displaced at least once, are now finding that their search for safety, for food and for shelter must begin once again.
إذا كمل الحرب يعني كلنا أمن وأمان، بس إذا الحرب استمر على هذا الوضع يعني ما في لا أمن ولا أمان ولا مستقبل لأولادي صراحة.